Hey everyone, welcome back to the ECS video series. In our previous video, we covered integrating SSL with Amazon ECS, where we looked at how to secure traffic to your ECS services. In this video, we're going to dive into advanced application load balancer features for Amazon ECS. Let's look at advanced protocol support with application load balancer. HTTP version 2 support improves performance for modern web and API workloads running on ECS by allowing multiple requests to be multiplexed over a single connection. gRPC support lets you expose high-performance, strongly typed APIs from your ECS services through the ALB, taking advantage of HTTP2 features like streaming and header compression. WebSocket support enables long-lived, real-time client connections to your ECS applications via the ALB, perfect for chat apps, live dashboards, or multiplayer games. Next, we'll move into traffic management and routing with the application load balancer and Amazon ECS. Routing strategies allow you to direct traffic to different ECS services based on configurable rules. We'll cover this topic in detail in a dedicated video. With weighted target groups, you can control how traffic is distributed between multiple versions of an ECS service, which is commonly used for blue-green or canary deployments. Target group stickiness ensures that a client is consistently routed to the same target group across multiple requests. Both weighted target groups and target group stickiness will be covered in detail when we focus on ECS deployments. On top of that, sticky sessions, also known as session affinity, keep client requests routed to the same ECS task, which is especially useful for stateful applications. Redirects let you send clients to different URLs or endpoints based on rules. Fixed responses allow the load balancer to return custom responses directly, without forwarding the request to ECS tasks. Now, let's look at reliability and performance features when using an application load balancer with Amazon ECS. Deregistration delay, also known as connection draining, allows in-flight requests to complete before ECS tasks are stopped or replaced. This is critical for zero-downtime deployments, and we'll cover it in detail as part of the ECS deployment section. Slow start mode helps improve application stability by gradually increasing traffic to newly started ECS tasks, instead of sending full traffic immediately. Cross-zone load balancing ensures traffic is evenly distributed across ECS tasks running in multiple availability zones, improving both performance and availability. Now let's move on to security and access control when using an application load balancer with Amazon ECS. You can integrate authentication and authorization using Amazon Cognito or OpenID Connect. This allows you to control access to your ECS services at the load balancer level. You can also integrate AWS WAF with your application load balancer. This helps protect your ECS applications from common web attacks. For example, SQL injection and cross-site scripting. SSL and TLS termination allows the load balancer to handle HTTPS traffic securely. HTTP to HTTPS redirection ensures that all client traffic is redirected to HTTPS. We've already covered SSL termination and HTTP to HTTPS redirection in detail in the previous video, so we won't dive into them again here. Let's look at observability and debugging features when using an application load balancer with Amazon ECS. Health checks are used to monitor the health of ECS tasks and control how traffic is routed. We've already covered this topic in detail in a previous video. With access logs and monitoring, you can capture ALB request logs and metrics to better understand traffic patterns and identify issues. Request tracing with AWS X-Ray allows you to trace requests as they flow through the load balancer and ECS services, which is especially useful for debugging and performance analysis. Now let's talk about sticky sessions, also known as session affinity. Sticky sessions ensure that a client's requests are routed to the same ECS task across multiple requests, instead of being distributed randomly across tasks. This behavior is implemented using cookies. These cookies can be generated by the application load balancer itself, or they can be created and managed by your application. Sticky sessions are especially useful when ECS applications store session state in memory. For example, login information, shopping cart data, or cached user context. Consider a login-based web application. If session data is stored locally in memory, routing requests to different ECS tasks can cause users to lose their session. Sticky sessions prevent this by keeping the client connected to the same ECS task. While sticky sessions simplify stateful application design, they should be used carefully, because they can reduce how evenly traffic is distributed across tasks. Let's talk about cross-zone load balancing with an application load balancer. Cross-zone load balancing ensures that incoming traffic is distributed evenly across ECS tasks running in all availability zones, rather than just within a single zone. This improves both availability and performance, because even if one zone has more tasks or higher traffic, the load balancer spreads requests across all zones. Without cross-zone load balancing, you might see uneven traffic distribution, which can lead to some tasks being overloaded while others remain underutilized. Enabling cross-zone load balancing is especially useful for applications running multiple ECS tasks across multiple availability zones, which is a common best practice for high availability. Alright, next we'll jump into a quick hands-on demo, where we'll enable sticky sessions on the application load balancer target group. This hands-on session is an extension of the previous video. So if you're watching this video first, pause here. I highly recommend watching the previous video before starting this hands-on. Navigate to the EC2 console. Go to Target Groups. Then open Target Group Attributes. Here, you can see that stickiness is turned off by default. Let's edit the target group attributes and turn on stickiness. For the stickiness type, select Load Balancer Generated Cookies. We choose this option because we don't have application-based cookies. Now set the stickiness duration to 30 seconds. This means, for the next 30 seconds, when I refresh the page, I should see the same ECS task every time. Let's save the changes. Go back to the web page. Refresh the page a few times. As you can see, every time I refresh, I get the same ECS task ID. Now, I'll wait for a moment. More than 30 seconds. Let's refresh the page again. Notice what happens. The ECS task ID has changed. And now, as long as I keep refreshing, this new task ID will remain the same for the next 30 seconds. Now, let's go back to the Target Group section. Click Edit and turn off stickiness. Save the changes. Head back to the web page again. Refresh the page a few times. As you can see now, the ECS task ID keeps changing. This means stickiness is no longer applied. Alright, that's all for this short video. I hope you learned something new. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into commonly used advanced ALB routing, which is very important for ECS architectures. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment. I'd really love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.